What's going on, YouTube? Lil Unc back again with another reaction. Today we got Larry Bird trash talking stories that will scare you. The last Larry Bird reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one we to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on the gram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. The Modell's affiliate link is also in the description, man. If you're looking to shop at Modell's, if you use my link, it would be greatly appreciated, and you'll be helping me out, man. I appreciate y'all. Without further introduction, man, let's get into it.
Larry Bird is one of the all-time greats. He's the definition of a player who can talk trash and back everything up. And trash talking was probably Larry Bird's greatest skill. So,
my fault, y'all. I just want to say this. Shout out to y'all for sending the super thanks too, man. About 2 more came in. Y'all doing y'all thing. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all want to send suggestions, do super thanks. If y'all send suggestions through super thanks, I'm gonna put the video I suggest at the top of my the list, at the top of the list, man. I got a whole bunch of videos I gotta react to still, but yeah, man.
I compiled up every Larry Bird trash talking story. And this might scare some of y'all because he was so good, it didn't even make no sense. So with that being said, we're gonna look into the most terrifying Larry Bird trash talking stories. But before we get straight to that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for the culture, and let's get into this video, man.
Hey! Listen, you can't say anything bad about Bird. I mean, he's one of the greatest ever. But LeBron is just amazing to watch.
But Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh my God, Bird talked trash to everybody.
But didn't he? Did he get to a point where he had respect for you?
I always tell this story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful.
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. But he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me. And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in the middle of a game. He says,
Reggie or Charles, Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. And he told us two. He told me two things. You know, our rotations, double teaming Kevin McHale, always had to rotate to the corner, and Larry Bird was the one shooting. You know, so he shot one, and I mean, I'm trying to block this shot, and he would just tell me, Scott, you're a little too late. You know, a little too late. So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he said, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over there that corner. He said, they're gonna set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out. He said, I'm gonna curl right over, and he's telling us to play. He's telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, I'm gonna go right over to that corner and I'm gonna catch it, I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or DJ, the late great DJ. Yeah. Take the ball out, man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
Here he was out there with a quarter black guys out there talking trash with him, and the rest of the fellas are sitting there going, hey, the boy bad, what can you say? You know, and I think what America saw in this guy was somebody who really didn't see race.
If you put all of us in a room, you know, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Bird. We had a 3-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
Ever since Taylor started looking for a new cashback credit card, she's been freezing up.
Damn, that's a long ass ad, but it's okay though. You can get your cash back. I'm a nerd, but this wallet don't play though. Ooh, chill, using the Jordan. Come on, y'all can't do that. I'm too.
Excuse me? And he started shooting, and he just didn't miss.
Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, well, this guy up in my face talking noise. He ain't that fast, he's slow. but he knew how to aggravate you, agitate you enough to get you out of your game.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He goes, "Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything." He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
Larry Bird catches the ball in the corner. I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, "Fly, Bird." And I go right by him, and he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
Larry Bird. His own shot.
That's tough.
There was a certain confidence you had because you know
that's a game winner night or buzzer beater, whatever you want to call it, or a clutch shot, if you will. You know, it's tough.
His own shot.
There was a certain confidence you had because you know if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way, and he delivered.
The double team and Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
He was a cold-blooded killer. In the last 24 seconds, he would demand the basketball in the huddle.
Baseline throws it up and Larry Bird did it again. He did it again.
So many clutch plays, bro.
He did it again.
He was a basketball genius. He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead, play the game like a chess game.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind.
I remember the time when Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone. I guess the two-pointer was too close.
When he ran by the bench, he goes, "That's a heat check. Just see how hot I am." All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, "Hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench who can guard me?" He goes, "So nobody out here can." Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
Magic couldn't wait to give you the best smile and say, "How are you?" Make you feel good. Larry Bird would rather say, don't even say hi to me. I'd rather not get involved with this.
The media begs off with Larry because they're very afraid of him. They're afraid to somehow or another infuriate him. They're afraid to ask the tough questions. He somehow or another has that way of intimidating the media as he intimidated players.
He's never said to me at any point in our conversations off the record, and I asked him once about that. I said, "Well, why don't you ever hold back? Why don't you say off the record to me?" He says, "I don't care what you write. I don't read it."
Bird's unwillingness to back down from the media was an extension of his aggressiveness on the court.
Bird fights Kareem, swings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird.
You could never back down.
Jaw to jaw.
Once you do, people look at you different. You had to stand up for everything you believed in, and even if it's the one playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't, there's no use playing.
Bird's hard nose was never more visible than during a 1984 game with the 76ers when he took issue with Dr. J.
Larry was complaining to the refs, and I was complaining to the refs, and the next time down the court, he got in my face.
I was up 38-6. That's how I summarize it.
He wasn't out to play basketball for the money. He was out there to step up and win and look in your eyes and say to you, you can't beat me.
The 84 Olympic team was playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, "You're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are." Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy.
I'm sorry, I just have to say, imagine somebody in LA Fitness or the YMCA doing that. Even though it's not the same, but still like, what, boy? You just threw the What? I might punch you in your shit. Like, that's what I feel. Like, if it's a random person, that's Larry Bird though. Michael know who Larry Bird is. He's He's an NBA player, a great NBA player. You got to give him respect. But, damn.
And what's going to happen in the next few years. And he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
Listen, I got a pulled hamstring.
Alright.
So I'm not playing.
Got something for you.
He walks down to me.
Charmin Ultra Soft is twice as absorbent. So you
My fault, y'all. I was drinking water, man. Drinking water. That's why I ain't rap this time. Hey.
Man, I'm sorry you're not playing, but he said, I'm gonna tell you what. Since you here, I'm gonna put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? And I'm like, man, get out my face, man. I wanna hear that. You know, that's Celtics and the Lakers. Every time he hit one, he look at me.
I was getting ready to start a game.
Get
up to the jump ball and
Larry funny, bro.
You know, just out of the blue, he goes, "Go ahead, Kevin. Tell Elvin Hayes what you told me." And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, "Go ahead and tell him. Like you said, you were gonna kick his ass." And I'm like, "Oh man!" And Elvin Hayes is looking at me. Well, at that point, it was hard to say no. I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But you know, Larry just got stuff started up. Larry is a funny guy.
Yeah, there it was. He had unshakable confidence. If he could get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
The Celtics win it.
As soon as Larry let it go, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Bird hits and the Celtics win it. The three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
No count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot and I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by 1. Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot. And the Celtics win it. Boy, this is something else. Incredible. And Bird wins it at the buzzer.
How many people you know would talk to the other team like this and say, I'm going to stick it in your face?
And Larry was so confident, so extremely confident.
Larry said, you guys want to win the game? Everybody said, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He goes, give me the ball and get out of the way.
Once the shot was airborne, I just knew it was going in. That's the nightmare that you have when you know a player like Larry Bird has an opportunity to get a shot off.
Hired in 1997, Larry Bird earned Coach of the Year in his first season. He brought his team to the verge of defeating the defending champion Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals.
When the Pacers hit the shot, and Bird just sat there and did not move. To me, that was so Larry Bird. He was the one calm guy in the place.
He's made so many last-second and heroic shots himself. I think he was more so thinking about the next situation.
Just not chilling from that. It's different.
We'd won the game,
Bird
and he
like
won it in
that.
almost spectacular fashion, which Larry could do. I said, Larry, how do you make all those shots? Just like that. He said, I do all that all the time.
That was a tough night, man. You know, the biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and, Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says, left side across the 3, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
But okay, so you guys got Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think,
and Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah, that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other a high five, and our film session was 20 minutes of that. So it was.
It wasn't somebody not playing good defense on
No,
Bird. It was you guys celebrating Larry Bird.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. He just kept rewinding. And it was.
I think Bird went by the bench one time too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
So guys, tell me if y'all enjoyed this video, man. And tell me what was your favorite Larry Bird trash talking story. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the YG gang. And I'm
gotta check that out. The
and if you're still here,
Larry Bird, man. If y'all enjoyed this Larry Bird reaction, man, make sure you click on the last Larry Bird reaction on your screen right now, man. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, man. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. Tell me which one to react to next. I think I already said that. My Modell's affiliate link is also in the description, man. If you're looking to shop at Modell's, man, if you use my link, we greatly appreciate it, and you help your boy out. Shout out to whoever sent the super thanks. All three y'all. I responded to y'all comments. I appreciate y'all, man. If you want to send a suggestion through super thanks, your suggestion will be moved to the top of my list. Excuse me. And I will be getting it done as soon as possible, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. And I'm out here.